Scum City, weighing in at a combined weight of 420 pounds, the Hate JunKies. And their opponents. Weighing in a combined weight of 430 pounds.
Well, it's falls count anywhere. And now, we're getting started. We're getting started here. This falls count anywhere. The Hate JunKies. Danny Only, Strychnine, former Anarchy Tag Team Champions, their manager, the Reverend Dan Wilson. On the other side, former Anarchy Tag Team Champions in their own right, Andrew Alexander and Billy Buck. This one right here has been mounting for quite some time. And now, all four men. There are no tags, there are no rules, there's no disqualification. The pinfall can count anywhere. If fans are familiar with the NWA Arena, we're just off of Highway 365 in Cornelia, Georgia. This pinfall could take place in the middle of the interstate. We're going to try to stick with this one as much as we can, as far as we can, whatever we can do.
Do I get hazard pay for this? And you said out anywhere. They could go on the interstate. Oh! Andrew Alexander taking a nasty fall over the top rope. I have a rental. I'm a little concerned that, and not only that, but that we are way too close to the action than I think I would prefer tonight.
And this right here, this is not going to be a sprint.
Oh, into the chairs and into the people. He almost landed into a popcorn machine. A nice back flip from Andrew Alexander, one of the Hate JunKies, and now he's going up to the top of the concession stand. I'm sure they would have given him anything he wanted if he just asked a double axe handle off the top of the concession stand. Again, falls count anywhere. Doesn't matter whether it's in the ring, near the popcorn machine, and I was going to get some of those later too. Here's the ref, D. Byers out of position. I'm sure this has to throw the referees off a little bit as they're so used to trained to be in the middle of the ring. How do you make a pinfall when you're near a popcorn machine? That I don't know. Oh, and he's got him with something. Wasn't able to see from this vantage point. It looked like a soda, and I hope he pays for that one. And he's grabbing another one. Andrew Alexander as D. Byers, I feel one ref for this type of match, this type of tag team intensity is just not enough.
Well, I'm going to say, oh, right there with that other can of soda.
It was
name was, no, its name was held because they haven't paid sponsorship dues.
Oh, I see.
But
Cola.
We've got all four men in the ring. Now, this is going to be easier for D. Byers because when you got four men, they could be in any set of the arena. That's going to be hard to count the pinfalls there. Now, I mentioned this. These four men, the endurance you're going to need, the abuse your body's going to take. As Andrew Alexander and Billy Buck have left.
Uh-oh, I see. Please don't tell me. Please. They've got a ladder. Billy Buck, Andrew Alexander bringing in this big, huge monster yellow ladder into the middle of the ring. Strychnine trying to force his way back out. He knows once it gets in there, oh, a face full of ladder onto Strychnine. Andrew Alexander going back to get some more items. I feel like he's on a shopping trip to Home Depot. Another small ladder. Bringing his way into the ring as Billy Buck is trying to take on Strychnine, lays him on top of the ladder, and you're certainly not going to see no Greco-Roman moves according to this match. Falls count anywhere. The hatred that we've seen built up over the weeks between these four men has been intense, and what better way? I commend the powers that be here at Anarchy for sanctioning this match, or at least letting us allow to be able to see it here on television this week. And Alexander fades into the steel ladder.
Now our cameras will do their best to follow these men wherever they may go. And speaking of wherever they may go, Danny Only into that ladder now. Just a couple weeks ago, I was informed that Danny Only participated in the Warrior Dash. Danny Only, living up to his Hate Junkie name, finished that 3-mile course in 95-degree weather in just under 45 minutes.
Seconds. That's right. Yeah, 45 seconds. Right.
He did it drunk.
Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me from the Hate Junkies. The only thing I have to question is apparently this man has been training out in the wilderness, wherever Scum City may be. Look at the beard on this guy. They apparently don't have razors nearby. But yes, this shows you the mentality that they have, entering themselves into a contest such as that and doing it drunk, and still was able to do that.
And right now, Andrew Alexander.
Like Billy.
Now, I will tell one thing about Andrew Alexander. Very accustomed to a ladder match. Now, this is not a ladder match, as Billy Buck just introduced Strychnine's face to that ladder in a catapult maneuver. But Danny Only just takes it right to Billy Buck. As I was saying, Andrew Alexander, no stranger to a ladder match. But this is not a ladder match. Falls count anywhere.
Well, I was about to say falls count anywhere, but we see the Reverend Dan Wilson getting involved, and I said it's falls count anywhere. But again, it's also no disqualification. So that allows Reverend Dan Wilson to get involved, taking the staff. Wait a minute, Andrew Alexander climbing the ladder. This isn't a ladder match, but it certainly seems like they tried to turn it in this way. Both men are following to the back. Where's this referee D. Byers going back that way? Billy Buck makes his way head first back out to the NWA arena. Danny Only staggering. Hey, man, look, I see he's lacerated on the back and the front as well. I'm just now getting a good view of this.
I don't see Andrew Alexander, though. Did he come down through here?
That does concern me. That does concern me. I see Billy Buck out here being taken advantage of by both members of the Hate Junkies. Andrew Alexander nowhere to be seen. I certainly
Danny Only has been busted open.
Yeah, and badly, I might add. I really hope that if anyone's listening to me in the back, that we can get any type of medical help, someone to check on Andrew Alexander. This concerns me. It's not like him. Obviously, he would be out here if he could. Something is going on. And the Hate Junkies, bleeding profusely, is Danny Only.
I mean, we only seen a little bit of the feet. I mean, he took a beating back there.
As he throws Billy Buck into the ring, you have to wonder, with objects such as a ladder, what fate Billy Buck might be meeting at the hands of the Hate Junkies. I'm sure Billy Buck probably is not aware of what's going on with Andrew Alexander. At this point, he's having to basically fend off two men on his own. Andrew Alexander back. Again, it looks like a barbed wire bat as he's going to the skull of Strychnine. Apparently want to do a little match wear for wear to Strychnine in the Crimson Mask. See if he might be able to wear a little red at the hands of Andrew Alexander.
Andrew Alexander's got that bat, bringing it in to the skull of Strychnine, like you said. But Billy Buck has Danny Only down the ring.
And indeed, it looks like Strychnine has been busted open. I just got a good vantage point from that. As again, we have Billy Buck in the ring. Oh, get falls count anywhere in this match. The referee D. Byers is asking if Danny Only submits. Danny Only is saying no. You have to wonder, Danny Only probably enjoys this type of pain, this type of punishment. And despite all of this, still trying to bridge up to see if he might be able to mount some type of counter. And now it looks like Billy Buck's own teammate, Andrew Alexander, is going to do a similar fashion. Out here, right out here on the floor by us.
Having that sharpshooter. I thought, oh, wait a minute, Danny Only inside the ring. Low blow on Billy Buck.
And now Danny Only trying to break up whatever momentum that Andrew Alexander was able to have on Strychnine, coming up to help his teammate, part of the Hate Junkies. ramming headfirst into the side of the ring. And it looks like these men are beaten and battered.
All four men have given each other their all here. Fans, we're going to stay with this as long as we can. Don't forget to join us in just 7 days for more NWA Anarchy action over the coming weeks. You're going to see the conclusion of the NWA North American title tournament. Shadow Jackson one-on-one with 7. He won't be here for the next 2 weeks. He's been suspended. Oh, catapult! Andrew Alexander right into that ladder. And right now the Hate JunKies back on top.
Yeah, and while you were talking, we actually had Strychnine took his belt off. He was able to take that belt off and now has been using it to show Billy Buck right out here by our Anarchy fans. And Billy Buck is still laying on the ground, while meanwhile in the ring, Andrew Alexander has been taking quite a beating from the lacerated face and head of Strychnine, or excuse me, Danny Only, while Strychnine grabs the chair and brings his way on in. And now it looks like a double team situation onto Andrew Alexander as they throw him into the corner. I don't even know how Strychnine is able to see. His face is so bloody and busted open. That was a double kick to the head of Andrew Alexander.
Whoa, wait a minute. Billy Buck has the Reverend Dan Wilson. He has no right putting his hands on a manager.
No right. Did you not see earlier what Reverend Dan Wilson was doing? If he put himself into this match, he deserves every single thing that he gets from this match. He inserted himself into this, and that's exactly what you were seeing. As with the barbed wire bat, well, actually, no, that was the staff, mind you. I don't even know where that is. That concerns me. Some of the objects laying out here on the floor by us, taking Reverend Dan Wilson's staff to the throat of Billy Buck. Again, right out here by us, not far from the broadcast. Oh, the Buck Wild going on both members of the Hate JunKies. Both men are down, however, so is Billy Buck. Dee Byers is out of position in case Billy Buck is able to take advantage of that and try and go for the cover.
And the Staff of Righteousness also was a victim in this match. Broken in half, it looks like. But Dan Wilson in the ring, too. Only a 2 count on Danny Only from Billy Buck. But look at this, look at the far side. Andrew Alexander's up. Dan Wilson, dark. Turn around, Dan, turn around.
Dan Wilson not paying attention, too busy, but now he turns around and sees just as in the ring, Andrew Alexander goes for a swing. Andrew Alexander able to block it, and he looks like he's driven up. Oh, to the head of Dan Wilson. Stands tall Andrew Alexander with a boot to the head of Billy Buck right out here by us. And you know, you have to wonder how he was going, looks like, for that rodeo driver being cut off by the Hate JunKies. How you have to wonder, Hardcore Hell, Reverend Dan Wilson mentioned that he was going on a I Hate Your Face tour. Well, it looks like the people's face that are the most worst for wear seems to be his own charge of the Hate JunKies.
Wait a minute, pin by the ring. Only a 2 count. Dan Wilson taking punishment.
Going for a big swing and a miss. And Billy Buck dropping those elbows on the top of the heads of both members of the Hate JunKies.
The Mullen drop there. And Billy Buck is up and ready to go.
He's got down. It seems like he's looking to set up himself for the possible Buck Wild again and being able to get him in the center of the ring. Danny Only not paying attention. Little horse forward, and he nailed it. And Andrew Alexander setting him up for the rodeo drive and nails that as well. Billy Buck for the cover, 2 and 3. There's your winners.
The winners of the match, Andrew Alexander and Billy Buck.
Big spear from Strychnine just took Billy Buck out of his boots. They took Andrew Alexander outside the ring. The winners of this match are Billy Buck and Andrew Alexander, but they're not looking like winners right now.
No,
what's going on here?
Well, the Hate JunKies certainly don't agree with that victory that was given to them by the hands of referee Dee Byers, and they brought the chair in. That concerns me, especially with all the items that we've already seen in the ring. Like you said, Billy Buck, Andrew Alexander won the match, but it looks like the Hate JunKies are trying to win the war.
Oh, wait a minute, Andrew Alexander. Oh, was coming in to help Billy Buck, rolls him out of the ring. And now taking those chairs to him. Oh, wait a minute.
Trying to be the good Samaritan by helping his teammate out. Strychnine going up to the top rope as Danny only places that chair on the face of Andrew Alexander.
Oh my good, oh my.
All that weight, all the steel on the head of Andrew Alexander. The man could have a broken nose.
That's the skull. Oh, wait a minute. Now what? Now they got that right over the throat. They got that right over the.
Oh my God! The force between chair, steel meeting steel from.
He's spitting up.
Danny Only.
Is he spitting up blood?
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look. I'm hoping that Billy Buck is able to get in the ring. At this point, still. And again, someone's got to stop this, as it looks like Reverend Dan Wilson kneels there in delight.
They could have just crushed his larynx on that. Oh my God.
I'm certainly concerned for the well-being. As a fan, just handed Billy Buck a chair, and Billy Buck making his way in the ring to try and clear house. But the problem is how much damage has been done as we see that rebel flag being laid there at the hands of Reverend Dan Wilson, a calling card, if you will, from the Hate JunKies.
Cam, I know we got a serious situation going on here. Our Dance of Anarchy. We'll see you next week.